Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Philosophy with Tom, the YouTube channel where we explore various philosophical concepts. On today's episode, we're going to be covering the idea of a false dichotomy. Now, what is a false dichotomy? In its most basic terms, a false dichotomy is a situation in which there appears to be two sides, or two choices, or two of something, the two choices appearing to be at odds with one another, against one another, competing with one another, while in reality, those two separate things are merely extensions of themselves or part of a unified whole. Hence, the dichotomous appearance of those two things is false, them being one and the same in actuality. For example, perhaps you have blue soda brand and red soda brand political party. On the surface, there appears to be two separate soda brands, the blue brand and the red brand. And of course, in contemporary life, we're both are aware of a blue cola and a red cola, but I'm not going to mention those names because if I did, I feel that I'd be entitled to thousands and thousands of dollars in revenue for advertising, which has not been delivered. So until that happens, we're not going to say the names of these soda brands. But anyway, blue soda brand and red soda brand, and perhaps they taste a little bit different. You know, the two colas, one has 3 more grams of sugar, and so one's got 39, and one's got 42, something like that. I think that might actually be accurate. You have to go check those soda brands. But, they got a slight difference in taste, but they're both colas. And if you drink either one on a regular basis, you're going to destroy your health. It's going to tear apart your insides with prejudice, destroying your internal organs, causing chronic fatigue, chronic other problems. And essentially, they're going to have the same negative effects if consumed. Furthermore, while the branding itself of blue soda brand and red soda brand are very different and appearing to be competing with each other, giving consumers a choice. If you actually look at the ownership structure of these and follow the tree up the ladder, so to speak, you'll find that the parent companies go back to the same companies. In essence, the people that own both of those soda brands are the same. In other false dichotomies, political parties, you might find a similar co-ownership of something that is dichotomous but false in nature. So when you have a false dichotomy on your hands, in essence, you have a monolith. A monolith and a false dichotomy can be one and the same. In other words, all false dichotomies are a monolith, but not all monoliths are a false dichotomy. A monolith can take on many forms, one of which is a false dichotomy. But by definition, all false dichotomies are monoliths. It's kind of like a square and a rectangle relationship. All rectangles are squares, but no, I have that backwards. All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. I learned that in geometry, at least in public school. Another note on false dichotomies is it appears to me that when a false dichotomy is set up, which they usually all are, the implicit purpose of a false dichotomy's existence is to get people to participate in something that appears or gives the illusion of choice. Such illusion of choice makes more people more likely to participate because it gives people a sense of power or control. And yet, that power and control that is apparent is in fact illusory. Hence, the appeal of setting up, creating, and maintaining a false dichotomy. If people were presented with one choice, then less would participate in making the choice because they feel like they're not actually choosing anything. However, when there are two choices for something, those participating in a game with only two choices really aren't being represented anyway, because those two choices are being set up and given to them. Those two choices don't represent the people who are participating's actual opinions or predispositions. Great place. Anyway, that's all I have to speak about on the topic of false dichotomies for today. Thanks for tuning in to Philosophy with Tom, and be sure to come check us out next time where we will discuss various philosophical concepts.